Yeah, thanks for the question, Lucas. I think and we don't like individualising too much, but the draft order tends to be a little bit of a guide in terms of how we rate the new players into our club. Jordan Clark, our first pick, hasn't done himself any harm with his work through the pre-season. He's an interesting young player because he's been such a talented and high-performing cricketer through his junior years. He hasn't had much of a pre-season because he was always out on the park in summer playing cricket. But this year he's shown the capacity to absorb the training load that we've put into him, and he performs, or has performed well so far. So he'd be the logical one that would step up, we'd think. Very high. We're confident that Quinton can force his way into our best team. We do have a bit of competition for spots, especially given our availability at the moment through the midfield and those high forward roles. So he gave us some good signs last year, coming off an ACL injury, which is not easy to do, and his pre-season's been really solid too. So he's got some development left in him, we think. But certainly some of the signs he's showing at training leads us to believe at the very least we'll give him some early opportunity through the pre-season games. It's a hard one to forecast, Brodie. We've been relatively upfront in saying that we expect Gary to play a little bit more forward. I don't think he'll play as a permanent forward. It may well work out that way, but that's not an intention that we're absolutely settled on. And Patrick's always a bit of a quandary for us because we love what he can do when he's in the midfield, but at the same time, when the ball goes inside 50, we'd like it going to him as well, at least a little bit more often than it has in the past. So if the ball's going forward often enough, I think we'll play him forward. If our midfield's struggling enough, I think you'll find him back up there. Yeah, Dan, it's a question that's hard to answer. His preparation's been quite cautious, very, very thorough, and it needs to be because he's had some significant knee issues, and then it's a bit complicated by the fact that he's had some hamstring problems in the past as well, and those two things tend to be quite related, so it's difficult to force the issue with the knee without compromising his hamstring strength and resilience. So he's in full training just about now. He's looking really good. He's done more work this year than he has in previous years, but how that translates into opportunity early in the season, it's still hard to tell. Charlotte would like to, but there's a lot of players on our list that are untried or are very, very early in their career where it's just a little bit difficult to forecast. But Oscar won't do himself any harm in terms of his work ethic and his aerobic capacity to play at the top level against men. I think we just need to be a little bit cautious in making sure that the introduction is done the right way, because he's only ever played against boys his own age, and it is a big step up to play AFL early in your career, but Oscar's showing good signs. Not bad. It actually doesn't really exist that much. It's a boring answer, I know, but yeah, we've played North Melbourne twice this year, so yeah, it's more about Geelong winning than anything between Brad and I.